Go to a structure fire and we're breaching doors. Can we see through this? No. Who's on the other side? We don't know. You get to a weak door, well, bam, and you smash that door into somebody's head on the other side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm a fan of checking with my foot. And that's why my wedge, if I'm working by myself, I'm talking about capturing distance, right? So if I push on this door and I don't get any play, what's potentially on the other side? A victim or
Collapse.
another piece of security, right? Like a bolt latch or something. If I get play, I'm gonna capture my progress. I've instantly captured progress there. If I'm working by myself, I can tap that in, and now I can set my Halligan with an axe, right? And I can twist and I can capture progress till I get to the toughest spot of the door. And I can take care of that. If I'm working with a partner, right, I've already captured progress. I can flex the bottom of that door in, Fritzy can put that wedge in there, and now we have a spot where we're already grabbing, right? So Fritzy can come in, tap that Halligan, and I can really capture progress. So where I can flex this and he can now capture progress with his axe, and we're creating even more space. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Cool. So it's all about checking, you know, I'll check the flex of the door, work my way up. I'm not a fan of trying to find the hardest part of this door and forcing it right away. The weakest parts of the door are going to be here and down there unless they have other means of security on them. And it's simply, you're checking it, right? If it calls for one of these, you know, it's your play. Whatever officer you're with, whatever senior firefighter you're with, do your thing. This is what I like to do. Does that make sense? Cool. So when we're on the other side, now it's the same, different technique, same tools, right guys? So we're looking at this. Obviously it's lined with steel so that we can do this a million times. If it was just a wooden door, we would be moving this thing a little bit easier. But we're looking for the door jamb, right? Whether it's a steel door, whether it's a wood door, a lot of stuff with this, the door jamb will possibly shatter that right out. You know what I mean? And then you're going in with a fork, driving it through the door and opening up that way. But for the sake of training on this, steel door frames, Gallardi Center, all those buildings are steel door frames. So the chance of us busting that out, next to nothing, right? So for me, obviously, if I could capture, and we're gonna train with it, so we don't need to really beat it to death. If I can capture distance down here, like I said before, we're gonna. So if I could stand here and capture that distance, I'm gonna capture it. Boom, I've caught it. It makes Fritzy's job and my job a little bit easier as far as trying to drive this home. So now I'm gonna stand here. A lot of times, you gotta plant this in there, right? So you gotta make sure it's flat. Fritzy's gonna come up here and get low, right? You wanna get low and then you wanna bring that in vertical. Drop your axe handle down. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna ask him to strike, stop. So now it's set, right? So now if you're feeling strong, you can just pull up on it. If you're not that strong, you can crack it. He's got his axe there. He's gonna capture my gain. He's captured it, right? So now I can come in here and roll my Halligan through. Wow, Randy Seashon's gonna be mad at me.
Door control!
If there's a fire on the other side, we definitely want to be doing door control. What's another means of door control other than a Halligan? Webbing. Especially if you're working with another partner, right? We know this is a fire room. Don't rely on doing door control with a Halligan. Rely on doing door control with webbing. So for me, if I was the axe man and Fritzy was running the Halligan, I would tie that doorknob off and it's now underneath my heel here. And I drive that Halligan in, and then when he's going to breach the door, I can now just stand up, grab that, and hold it. Right? Cool. So